Hey y'all, it's Joanna, and I love to DIY on a budget and make beautiful home decor. And if you like to sew, then catch me on Saturdays. Now, let's get crafty. Hey y'all, welcome back. Uh, Look, this is the cutest little thing, okay? Let me show you, okay? We're gonna be making this bunny butt pillow. This would be so stinking cute on your couch or thrown in a chair or something. I got strings going everywhere. But anyway, I didn't have a pattern, so let me just show you how I did this. Now um I will have a printable in my Facebook group. I have to redo this one on this kind of paper so I can make a PDF. But I will make a PDF and it will be in the files section of my Facebook group. And if you don't do the criteria to get in, you don't get in because I don't like scammers. Okay. And there's a lot of them out there. So I got to make sure what I'm doing here. But anyways, I will have this in my Facebook group, Lord willing, either today or at least by Monday. Let me show you how I did this. Okay. Let's go. Okay, y'all. So just so you know, so I'm winging this. I've never made one of these before. Okay, so I'm going to take a pizza pan from the Dollar Tree, and that's just because it's big and round. We want this butt big and round. Okay. Um, but I want it this big, so I'm going to have to add seam allowance. Okay. So I'm going to add up to a 1/2 inch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pen. This is a Frixon pen, and I'm going to draw. No, I'm not because my pen won't write on that. Let me get a chalk pencil and see if that'll work, y'all. I don't know. Yeah. So I'm going to draw about a 1/2 inch around my pan. Y'all, this ain't got to be perfect. It sure don't. This is a very easy, I would say beginner friendly. I mean, it depends on if you know how to sew from a circle. But this is a big circle, so it's not hard. It's not like a skinny circle. And then on the feet, it's going to be easy. And then my pan slipped. Um, if y'all don't hold your pan still, you will be wonky. Now I have to be mindful because this is an old blanket and it's got some stains on it. So I'm going to stay away from the stains. But there is my, uh, pretty much my circle here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin it together so that it doesn't shift. And I'm hoping that when I stuff this, my stuffing don't show because you can actually see through this blanket, and that's kind of a disadvantage of sometimes using these old. This is an old hospital blanket, actually. Um, so yeah, so they have holes in them. I could back it with something, but I'm not going to. You can use whatever fabric that you choose to. Okay, this is just what I'm doing. So then I have actually cut out a foot, and this may be too big, so but I will have a pattern that fits your pizza pan. Okay, if you want to do these. So when I find my scissors, I'm just going to cut around my circle where I drew my line. This is the easy part. And then cut four of these out, which would be 2 sets because it's folded. I just wanted to show you that before I even lift it off the table, I'm going to put my pins in so that my fabric is not shifting. You can pin, clip, whatever it is you want to do. That's up to you, especially if you know how to sew. I prefer pins most time than clips, but that's me. So I've got that pin. I'm going to cut out my feet. Okay, so I have my feet cut out. My butt part is over here. Um, but I have this beautiful fabric that I fell in love with at Walmart. And I am going to put my patches on my feet. And if this is going to be too big, I'm going to be so sad. But anyway, oh, sorry. This goes back here. Okay, like this. And then these go here. You'll have 3 of them here. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to sew them on the feet before I sew the feet together because that just seems better to me. Now this is Ultra Hold, but this is what I'm using. Heat and Bond, but I'm using the light, not the Ultra Hold, because you can't sew through this, but you can this, okay? I just wanted to show you what the packaging looked like. I don't have a light packaging because I use it so much, I just don't have it. So I'm going to take my fabric here and I am going to just cut off a piece that is this big. All right. I'm going to put my Heat and Bond on my fabric. So I always use a Teflon sheet. You can use parchment paper. I just have an abundance of these because I ordered abundance of these. I do this to protect my surface from the sticky. So what I'm going to do is take my fabric. I have to turn it this way. And I'm first going to iron it because it's wrinkly. All right. I'm going to take, where's that big one? I probably ran over it. Y'all, I'm so unorganized sometimes. I'm so sorry. But I'm going to take this one first. And I'm going to iron it onto my fabric. Now, it doesn't quite fit. Make sure you don't get on your selvage, which is the other part. Okay, this is just paper, so I can get by with it like this. I'm going to cut this off. Okay. Not with those scissors. Y'all, I don't cut paper with my fabric scissors. If y'all watch any of my sewing tutorials, you will know that. That's a big no-no. And everybody growing up knew to stay out of my sewing room and don't touch my scissors. Yep, they knew because it would be detrimental to them if they did. It would be bad. Like the cops would be called. No, I'm just kidding. It would be bad though. Let me see if I got enough. Okay, I'm gonna put this one here. No, so I have to put this one on for the paws. So I'm just gonna line this up and I'm gonna iron it right here. Okay. Now my iron is up all the way. I just got this at Walmart for taking with me. So far, I like it. But I'm going to tell y'all, it's nothing more than the old one. You see this? Same size and everything. It's just the style. This one's a whole lot cuter and looks like an iron. This looks like something from outer space. But anyway, so I'll probably take that one traveling and leave this one here. But I got my stuff on. Okay. I just want to show y'all that just because. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my feet down. And I'm going to take a pencil. And I'm going to trace. It's better to print these on cardstock so that y'all can do this. Okay. I'm just tracing it on. This is what I'm doing is you can leave it ironed if you use the heavy Heat and Bond. You can just iron them on. But I want to sew around them. So I am going to use the light and just tack these down so I don't have to pin them. And you can hand sew around these, but I'm going to probably zigzag stitch around mine or do something similar to that. And then when I get this done, you have to have 2 of these and 6 of these. Okay. So I'm going to cut these out. When I get them on here, I'm just going to cut it straight from the paper with these. I just got these on sale on clearance. And I'll use this to cut through the paper and the fabric. Okay, now we're going to take one of our feet and I'm doing one at a time. So because, you cut them out, they'll be the same foot, whatever. So I'm going to peel my paper off the back, okay? This pink tool works for a lot of things, okay? Just telling you. So I'm going to put this here. I'm scared that my foot's going to be too big for my pillow. I really am. Let me sew the pillow, okay? And then I'll check the feet. Okay, now, sewing tip. Make sure when you start, you sew a line this way. And then when you stop, you come down and then come out. This will help this flip the right way. And I left a big space because I'm going to be sticking my hand up in this pillow and sewing everything on. Okay, I'm not gluing it on. So I've got my round pillow, and you can most certainly clip your corners. Now, don't clip nothing where it's going to be tucking in. But if you're not comfortable doing this and you can't see, it's not that important. You can also cut around it with pinking shears. I'm just doing this just here and there and yonder so that I don't have a lot of puckers in my pillow. Okay, that's all I'm doing this for. And it'll help you clip curves to help round surfaces lay flatter. It is together. Now let me check my feet, because I think that those feet are going to be huge, but I didn't have a pattern, y'all. I seen a picture on Pinterest. This is Pinterest inspired. And I thought that is so stinking cute, and I could make one. I loved it. So that's what I'm doing. So now this, see how this will just fold in. And it might be a little weird. We might put the tail up there. Who knows? All right. So now my feet. I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be okay. I want kind of big feet, but when I sew, it's going to make it smaller too. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the one. Now I don't know which side I got. It would be this side. Yeah, this side right here. And I'm doing 1 foot at a time because that's how I roll. So I'm going to put this here. Now I'm going to leave, pretty good space. These might actually be too big. And then I'm going to take 3 of the paw thingies, paw pads or whatever. And I'm going to put 1 and then 1 on each side. Now, if I'm going to do this and if I sew it and I think these need to be smaller, I will make the pattern smaller. But I think that's cute right there. Let me just point this one straight. Oh no, those are kind of close, but that's okay. That one needs to go up because I'm doing yeah, that right there is where they need to go. It probably cut my foot wonky is what I done, but that's okay. So now I'm going to carry this over here. I knew I was going to do that. Okay. Now what you want to do is you want to put your foot down here where you can cover it up. So like I said, if you have parchment paper, just put a piece of parchment paper down and then put your little stuff on here. Make sure it's where you want it. Carefully cover it and press. I have one of these that's clear. I need to use it in here, I guess, so I can actually see what I'm doing. Just press it down. That's all you need to do. And there you go. Those are stuck on there. So I'm going to put this foot with this foot. But I got to sew this foot. Let me just take my Friction pen. I have another one. And I'm going to mark 1 and 2. And that's just because one. This is erasable. I'll just leave those pink marks on that one. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just leave those pink marks on that one. So the pinks go together. And then I'm going to do the same thing to one of these feet, okay? Okay, I changed my thread color to pink, and I'm using this stitch right here. It looks like a track. I don't know. I have just these stitches. I kind of wanted this one that went down That would have looked better. I tried this one right here, but any of these would look fine to go around if you want to do a decorative stitch. You can hand stitch these, just whip stitch around the edges. Like I said, if you use the uh, stronger heat bond or fabric tack or something like that, you could just glue them on. But let me show you what I'm doing. I changed to pink. Now I got to move you down a little bit. Let me just stop it so it don't make you sick. Okay, hopefully you can see. Like I said, my thread is pink. Let me get it under my thing where it belongs. Make sure I'm not tangled up here anywhere. So I'm just going to start, and this, see, got to be in the middle because this stitch goes every which way. But I'm just going to follow around. Now these are going to be a little trickier, but I can do it. But just go around. You may have to adjust your machine, okay, to your stitch. All right, mine locks its stitch because it's like that. But look, do y'all see that? I hope you do. It is so pretty. See that stitch? Now I'm going to go around my little toes here, and I'm going to do the same on the other foot. Them are a little trickier, but look, looks good. So I'm going to finish these up, okay? I just want to tell you on these decorative stitches, okay? When your machine's doing what it's doing, don't pull, don't push. And if it gets bunched up like this, just make sure your needle's down, lift your pressure foot, let it sort itself out, and then keep going. But if you pull, push, twist, your stitches are going to be distorted, and you don't want that, okay? So just let the machine do what it does. Sometimes it goes back and forth. So if you're pulling, it's not going to go, and you could break your needle. So if you're using decorative stitches, just let your machine do what your machine's doing because it knows what it's doing. Trust me on it, okay? Trust me. I've learned the hard way, so just yeah. Once you get your foot pads and your toes sewed on, ouchie, ouchie. Okay, I put marks where I gotta start and stop because we're gonna have to stuff it just a little bit. So I'm gonna start right here. Let me put my machine back where it belongs. My machine needle is in the middle, okay? So I'm just gonna go around like that right there, and I'm gonna start where my black line is, okay? So I'm gonna start right under it. My needle's in the middle, and I'm using my edge here, okay? Now I'm going out right here. And that's just gonna help me turn it. Now I'm gonna get back where I was and go all the way around. Back to your mark, needle down, sew out. And do that on the other foot. Okay, I think they're going to be just fine. So you want to turn your foot out, the right way. And then you want to make sure that you have something curved. Okay, so you can poke your little toes out. But I want to show you in case you've not seen it. I do it every time I do something like this, but see how that will go right in now because you put that thing down. It's a wonderful thing to do. But I use this round thing. You could use whatever. And I'm going to go in there and I'm going to go around and just push my sides out. Now, when you do this, don't use this part. If you have one of these, don't use this part. You can use these. They sell these at Hobby Lobby, Walmart, wherever. And they do have them at Walmart now. I've seen them. But you can use that as well. Okay. This is, yeah, it'll work. It's kind of rounded. Because it's square though, it makes it a little weird, but it'll work. You can use the other end, but it don't work as well either. This is my favorite tool for turning and all that stuff. But anyway, you do what you do. Okay. Make sure you have all your little strings clipped off because they're ugly. I call them my little uglies. I have a trash can down there, y'all. Don't stress out on me. All right. So now I got to get my stuffing bag. Oh, it's behind me. Y'all let me grab some of this and throw it up here because I'm going to need a bunch. Now for the feet, okay, for the feet, now this is an old pillow, okay. You don't want your feet real fat, okay. I'm just going to tell you, you don't want them real fluffy. Or, well, you do you. I don't want mine real fluffy. I'm not going to stuff them real hard as a brick bat, you know. You know what I'm saying? Just going to put a little bit of stuffing in here. I'm going to hand slip stitch this shut. God help me, I hate hand sewing. Okay, y'all, got my noodle threaded and laundered. Oh, did I say noodle? Y'all, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I got my needle threaded and knotted. Sorry about that, y'all. So I'm just using regular thread, okay? So I'm going to start on the inside here, okay? And because this has holes in it, I am going to take my thread, pull it apart. All right, I hope y'all can see. And I'm going to stick my needle through the hole and then pull it. And that's going to secure that my knot's not going to, that's going to make sure that my knot don't rip back out. Now I'm just going to go from side to side. Get a little piece of fabric. Y'all see me do this. And I'm not going to put you through this painstaking process of watching me do it over and over. But you catch a little piece of fabric and everything else and just go from side to side, okay? Just going from side to side. I don't know if this is called ladder stitch. Y'all tell me. I don't remember my stitches. I really don't. Now, you could put this together and just whip stitch it around through there too if you want to. That's up to you. So let me just stuff my feet and sew them up, but I'm not going to stuff my butt part yet, the bunny part yet, whatever. Y'all bear with me. Y'all know how I am, and I just say what I'm trying to explain here the best way I can. But I'm not going to stuff this thing yet, okay? I'm not going to stuff it yet because I'm going to sew these on before I stuff it. And that way I know that I'll have them on. I just want to tell y'all something too, okay? I'm funny about stuff. So when I get done, I'm just going to take and knot my thread by pulling it and then running back through all the thread and pull tight. Now, you can cut that like that. You're going to have a knot, and I don't like it, and your stitch. So what I do is I go through and I come out somewhere else and pull that thread just a hair, and it'll tuck itself in there, and then I just pull a little bit tight, cut that off, and then at that point I'm going to knot this so I don't get mad at myself later for not doing it. Yep, that's me. All right. So I can use that on the other foot. Now I'm just going to massage my foot. I'm going to massage my foot and get my stuffing evenly distributed around through here as best I can. No, this is gonna be so stinking cute. I am telling you. I'm just telling you. So I'm gonna do my other foot, okay? Okay, so I got my feet stuffed the way I want my feet stuffed. And I'm going to lay them out here. Okay, my opening is up towards here. I could probably move it down some. Now I'm gonna go in my opening. Okay, now I don't want these hanging way down, you know. You can put your feet where you want your feet. I want my feet like right like that right there. Okay, so I want my feet. So I'm gonna take uh some pins and I'm gonna go. Let me do this one first. I'm gonna go in here and separate this. Okay, and I'm gonna pin this to this part. All right, because when I get them where I want them, I don't want them moving. Okay, now this is the only way I know how to do this. If y'all know a different way, by all means, do yours a different way. This is just how I figure things out weird, okay? My brain works weird. I can't help it. It's the way God made me. You don't like it, I guess take it up with him. I don't know, but this I'm simple-minded, I guess. I know that people say it's not nice, don't say that about yourself. I'm simple-minded. I see things the way I see things. I do things the way I have to do things. So, yeah. So now I'm gonna get dental floss because I know it's stronger than thread. As soon as I find my dental floss, I may have to go find a new one. Okay, had to go in my craft room and find one. That's a new one, and I can't find any that's not flavored and smells minty fresh. So he's have a minty fresh derriere. But anyways, this dental floss is way stronger than thread, and I can't do button thread. I like how this sticks together. Button thread hurts my fingers trying to pull it. That'll cut right through my fingers, y'all, and I just don't care for it. So yeah, so that's why I use dental floss. But anyways, you just get a piece, okay, and this is how I'm going to sew my feet on the rear. Now I don't care if it's not on this because it's going to be on the inside anyway. So I'm going from the inside here, okay? Make sure you don't catch your back. And I am going to just try to catch the bottom of my foot here. And I'm just going and I am back stitching around through here to stitch my foot on. All right. And that's all I'm doing. And I'm doing this on the edge of the foot. And I'm not going to do, you know, all the way down. I'm just going to tack the edge down, I'm pretty sure, because I want my foot flopping. Now, like I said, you do you. Now, I'll take my pins out in a minute and look at it. But once I start getting it stitched down, I'm not going to worry about it moving. Now, this other one's going to be a beast because it's all up in there. But make sure your pillow's not wrinkly back there when you're doing this. Now, if you are a gluer and you want to glue this whole sucker, by all means, glue your feet on. Okay, it wouldn't hurt nothing. I'm just sew it Saturday, so I'm sewing. But if you're a gluer, glue it. That's up to you. Ain't gonna make no never mind. But yeah. So let me take my pins out and let me see what I got going on and if I like it. So I got my feet nailed down, sewn down, whatever. And if it's not right, then I'll fix it later. Now I'm gonna cut every so often. Okay. Don't have to be perfect. I want a lot of these. But I want this kind of tail. You can put a pom-pom on there. You can make a tail by folding fabric around, making a ball, drawing it up. That's up to you. I want this kind of tail, and that's what I'm going to do. I need a lot of these, so let me finish this. Okay, so I've got a bunch. I told you I wanted a bunch. And I had to do some shorter ones. Okay. So I'm going to take this dental floss and make sure if you don't have dental floss, which I recommend dental floss, but you do you, okay? Make sure you have some thick, thick thread. And I'm going to show you why I like dental floss right here because it sticks to itself. Make sure your knot's knotted real good back there because you're going to be using that knot. Okay. So make sure you have a big knot and it's not going nowhere. I tie knot and then tie knot. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a knot there, and that's not going to go nowhere, Lord willing. It'll slip to that knot. All right. I'm going to take this and I'm going to take my stack and I'm going to take very carefully and run this through this. That's why you need the knot. Okay. And I'm going to run that through there and I'm going to pull tight. Now I'm going to go around. Now you want this string really, really tight. And that's going to make your tail poof. Okay. So you want to pull tight. Make sure you have a lot of string because I'm running out. So I'm going to tie this off real quick. Okay. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to scrunch it up and pull it every which way to make it round. Now, if I don't like it, I'll put one right on top of it and I'll have a big fluffy tail. But I think that is going to do it. Oh my goodness. Y'all, this is going to be so cute. Okay, let me trim my tail. Okay, so before I stuff it, I'm going to take this tail and I'm going to stitch it on just like I did my feet, okay? Except I'm going to catch some of these that's under there so I can tack it down. And I'll go all the way around. See, it's catching those and tacking it down. So I'm going to go over here some and then just tie my thread off when I get done. Okay, y'all. Make sure that that's tacked down before you start stuffing. Okay? These are funny. Anyway, you could finish tacking them down if you want to. I might tack it because if you put it on your couch, your feet's gonna fly backwards, and I don't like that. So yeah, I might end up tacking those down. But I just want to show you, stuff it real good. Stuff it as even as you can. Okay. And then I have to take clips because I stuff mine pretty good. And I'll take clips and put clips on it. And then I'll pull it and then I'll get it even as I can. And I will put a clip on that. And that's just going to make sure that, I got my pillow where I want it so I can start stitching. You have to pull and stretch, and it's easier for me now to do it this way. So now all I got to do is take my needle and thread wherever I find it and just sew that seam up. And then I'll tack my feet down right here. Sorry. And then, yeah, we'll be done. There it is. All finished. Oh my goodness. It's so cute. So fluffy. I got my feet tacked down. I mean, it's not the best, but it's a cute little pillow. It's going to be cute on your couch, in a chair. Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all, so here's the finished product. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. I truly do. Like I said, I'll try to get this pattern up at least by Monday. I have to scan it and all that, and it's a whole big thing to get the PDF made. But anyway, yeah. So I'm filming this. The reason I might not get it in, I'm filming this on Saturday because I've been sick and I got to edit it today and get it uploaded, downloaded, uploaded, downloaded, upload. It's a big thing. If you video, you know. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, remember, you are a blessing. Goodbye.